kick off the bomb, run it back home. Hail Mary, pray the feds don't intercept her. Familiar with the struggle. Look, I'm coming up.
Today, from FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to Week 2, and we've got a good one here between the New England Patriots and the Washington football team. Two clubs here, each looking to rebound from a Week 1 loss as we're underway on EA Sports. And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. So here come the Patriots now to take over on offense. They're led by their quarterback from the University of Alabama, Mac Jones.
And no excitement unless you're on the defensive team of last week in his numbers, because the only excitement he really generated was the one interception he threw.
Yeah, no touchdown passes.
Yeah, and his team wasn't real thrilled about that. And they lost the game. So I know this week has been tough on him because he's been working hard. Fundamentals, footwork, finding the right targets, and bottom line, how do they get a win?
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
And on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm, right?
I think so. It gets everyone involved. They feel like they're part of it and really gets them amped up as they go forward.
The rushing numbers for Pollard last week, 14 carries, 76 yards.
I was so glad you asked for a couple of offensive linemen to talk to before the game, because they told us that in last week's contest, everything was clicking. Didn't matter whether they were doing gap scheme, zone scheme, power, whatever it was working. And they expect more of the same in this game, although they're prepared for some adjustments by the defense they expect to see.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down. The good run on first down followed up by a not-so-good run on second down.
Now let's find out if they're going to stick with the run here on third down. A lot of people would love to see some play action here. I say go with your best running play over your best blocker.
And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. Defense had a chance to get off the field here on the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb, because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
That's Aguilar with it on the jet sweep. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6. Now Jones. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. So from the 36 now. 1st and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. Oh, what a move. And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. They'll run left with Pollard. And this time they were ready for him, as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming.
How about the job there on the outside? Shed the wide receiver and was able to make the tackle on the perimeter.
Eighth play of this opening drive coming up. This is third down. Throwing Jones. The connection here with Nelson Aguilar. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Nice job keeping that opening drive alive, and they're in plus territory, that part of the field where you really want to convert on third down. They did.
Big time pickup for them, and now I think the aggressive play callers think to themselves, this part of the field, I take my shot at the end zone, because the closer you get to the end zone, the field gets condensed. Makes it a lot tougher to run those routes. You still got a chance to actually run past people right now. Take your shot at the end zone early in the down and distance count.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. From the gun, Jones. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to third down. They'll look to throw again. It's caught by Aguilar. And the Patriots are going to be set up with a 1st and goal as they get the conversion there on 3rd and inches. Big completion there on 3rd and short keeps their opening drive alive.
Not only alive, but plenty of possibilities now. 1st and goal, and you know me, I'm a big advocate. If you're going to throw the ball, throw it early in the down and distance count.
1st and goal, a chance for an early statement here on the road. It'll be a handoff to Pollard, and he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. A terrible spot for a holding call as they'll try again, but now from further back on 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. Got the connection here to Bourne. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. And give him a full 10 yards there. 2nd and goal. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. This has been a long drive. You got to figure a field goal would be a letdown. Can they convert now on 3rd and goal? Play action. Jones. And this one complete to Smith. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit from the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And McManus able to put it through, and the Patriots jump out to a 3-0 lead. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
So out comes the Washington offense as they get their first shot. And leading them out there, we get a look at their 6'3" quarterback.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
They'll run for the first time with Antonio Gibson. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. They'll set up a throw. Got a man. It's Brown. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. On the counter, Gibson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Now after that last running play, we've got an offensive lineman down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And the Patriots take over. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. They've got a 3-0 lead and the football as they start 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones, he finds Ross, right side, it's complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. Chase Young drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down.
I spent a lot of extra time preparing for this game watching this offensive line because they gave up 5 sacks last week in their loss. They just gave up another one now. They don't seem to be working together as a cohesive unit. Right? 4 guys might have it right, but the 5th guy is giving something up. They've got to find a way to all get on the same page.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
No gain on the play there. 2nd down. A handoff running left is Gibson. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on 3rd down. Back to throw. Quick slant to Brown. And he's got this down to the 35. So, Charles, this game number 2 in the NFL career of this rookie quarterback. His guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things. And they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
Now, look, that wasn't a huge game, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now a play fake here on first down. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Gibson. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson. His second touchdown on the season. And Washington has taken the lead. Good start to the season for him. He had the touchdown last week in the opener and a second one in week 2 now.
How about the pace he's already established, right? Not sure he can keep it up for an entire season, but don't burst the bubble because he thinks that he can.
Do guys go into a season with a goal for touchdown scored or yardage? What do you think?
I think every single one of the guys who's going to touch the football, they all have those types of goals. They all have those types of thoughts. And then they just have to see how the season unfolds if they can stay with it.
Unfolding so far so good for him. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. New England trying to get a place on offense. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Now we've got whistles, and the man slow to get up here is the quarterback, Allen. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. On the draw, it's Pollard. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Jones on first down. He gets it complete to Harris. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Throwing again on second down. Jones completes it to Aguilar. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Operating from the gun, Jones. And he's going to drop this down to Harris, middle of the field. And the tackle going to be made at the 41 as they stop him a few yards short of the first. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now fourth down. So on now is Brandon McManus. He has hit from as far away as 57, but that was in Denver. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it. That was perfect. From distance, he steps up, knocks it right down Main Street.
And Main Street's celebrating right now with him, aren't they? I love the mechanics of the whole thing. Snap, hold, everything was right on target, and the blocking was perfect, and he executed so well.
So here is Washington now to take over. They're looking to bounce back following the loss to the Giants last week. And they do lead here right now, and they've got the football obviously as well. 1st and 10. Here's Gibson to start the drive. Matt Judon there to bring him down. 2nd and 8 coming up. A handoff for Gibson. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. They'll run with Gibson. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. His throw incomplete. Washington on 3rd down. They've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Now back to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a first down.
Well, normally you see 3 tight ends in a formation. You have to think to yourself, this has got to be a run. And I know as a safety, when I saw that, I took an extra step or 2 towards the line of scrimmage. Instead, they threw the ball, and he found one of those tight ends for a very nice pickup.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at 2nd down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. A give to Gibson running right. It's a first down and more for Gibson. And down to the 16-yard line. 54 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now. Even from up here in the booth, the play-by-play guy could tell that there was some pretty good blocking on the right side of the line.
Well, you have good eyes, and it's almost like a ballet when it's executed that well. Everyone in the right spot, everyone in sync, everyone hitting the perfect notes. A little more percussion and a lot more bass, I would think, than you get your normal ballet. But at the same time, that was well executed.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Throwing left side here, and it's complete. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll make it second down.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
2nd and 4. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down, executed it to perfection. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. A great effort there. His first touchdown of the new season. And Washington going to add on to their lead. CD for them. This has just been an offensive explosion here in the second quarter.
Yeah, held scoreless in the first quarter. Now they find the end zone again here in the second. Sometimes you just have to have some patience. A lot of people think it's always an adjustment. You have to change what you're doing. Sometimes you just have to do your game plan just a little bit better. And I think that's part of what we're seeing here.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is up to 8. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Now the Patriots offense, they work their way back out onto the field. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that.
A leap, and he's got it. He got it. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for New England.
And that was a high degree of difficulty on that one, but to me, it goes back to fundamentals and determination. High point the football and declare it yours.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Jones. It's caught. Smith. Oh, it's out. Smith lost it. And it's Washington that scoops it up. There he goes left side. And he gets it back into the end zone. It's a fumble recovery leading to a Washington touchdown. Oh, backbreaker. That'll drive the coach, the offensive coordinator, just crazy. You get it all the way down there in the red zone, can't capitalize. Instead, they go the other way on the fumble return for a touchdown.
How about the aggressiveness of the defense, though? They're not about to just fall on a fumble, are they? Scoop and score is their motto, and they just did it.
Now the try here for the point after. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-6. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there. Grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This taken in at the goal line. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. New England's offense set to go. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly the fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's second down. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Jones, and they're able to get this one across the 35.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Jones now on 1st and 10. And this is incomplete. Very lucky to get that one back. That nearly picked. It's second down now.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
On 2nd and 10, Jones. And that's incomplete. New England on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. The Patriots send out their punter as he'll punt it away for the second time. His first punt, 45 yards. This looks good as well. A 40-yard punt, 5 yards on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Here's 2nd and 8. Middle of the field, he's got McLaurin. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this second week of the regular season. Now a throw here, hauled in. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Second and 2. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Back to throw again. And he finds McLaurin. And he's got another first down as the tackle's going to be made at the Patriots' 40.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. That'll be taken in there by Miles Boykin. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
2nd and 2. They'll set up to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now Washington going to use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught. And he's brought down. 16 yards there, 2 straight plays of 16 yards and another first down.
That was a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. They'll try to run with Gibson. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get them over the goal line.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. He's got it, and the lead swells. It's 28-6. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And the result, a touchdown for Washington. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Pats going to get one final possession in this first half. And they've got less than 30 seconds to go here, so not a lot of time to work with. A little under 30 seconds to go. We'll see how they play it here on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Jones. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
I know we're just in the 2nd quarter and there's a ways to go in this game, but that's his 2nd drop. I'm wondering if that's a little bit of an alarm bell for them when they start calling plays on the offensive side of the ball.
His eyes already looking upfield on that last one before he brought it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Now the Patriots will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. Meanwhile, Jones' throw there taken in by Smith. And he's got this down a yard or 2 shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds. To throw again on 2nd down. Jones. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right, and this score will stay right where it is. Distance shot before break comes up empty, but now Charles flipped the script. Time for likely one more play as field position becomes an issue.
Yeah, when you talk about field position, remember, if this kick is missed, the ball comes back to where? The spot that they snapped it from. So field position becomes a factor. I think at this spot, you might also want to think about throwing the Hail Mary. You know, put the ball up in the air. Maybe you can get 6 out of it instead of 3.
Yeah, see what happens.
Okay, Brandon, we'll get you back to you and Charles in a bit. But first, it's time for a trip around the NFL following an eventful opening weekend. Let's see what's happening in Week 2. We'll start over in Texas at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. And it's the Cowboys who are out in front. Dak Prescott lighting it up. He's got 3 touchdown passes. Next, we'll visit the other team in Texas as we head down I-45 to check on the Texans at home in Houston. And you can see there it's the visiting Colts who have the lead in that one. Jameis Winston has thrown a touchdown pass. Lastly, let's get you to MetLife Stadium to see what's happening with the Giants at home in East Rutherford. And you can see they trail the visiting Buffalo Bills in that ball game. Josh Allen has thrown 2 touchdown passes. Meanwhile, our game has been a boat race. Very one-sided to this point. And for the call of the second half, let's get it back to our commentating team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thanks very much. Fine work as always as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. And they'll bring it out to the 25 as Agnew elects for the touchback. Antonio Gibson and the Washington offense ready to go here once more.
And he's found the end zone twice, and now I'm guessing he's thinking, hey, let's find it 3 times.
And you got to figure from the defensive perspective, how's he gotten there twice? What are we going to do to keep him out for a 3rd time? How do we tighten things down? Because he and his offensive mates, they are really in sync right now.
And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And Thomas has it. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down. Here's a give to Gibson. And he will have a 1st down as they get him to the ground at the 37.
I don't know about you, but that almost felt like old-time football there. 3rd and 2 is not necessarily just a hunting down anymore. A lot of times they want to throw the ball. They went back to the roots and powered forward and got the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. A carry for Gibson. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. Here's a 2nd and 7. This will be caught by Brown. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he will find his man, Samuel. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Whatever the discussions were at halftime to try to slow down this offense, it has not worked to this point.
Yeah, I have a vision right now of everything that was discussed at the half just being torn in shreds or being erased off of the Microsoft Surface tablets because none of it is working. They are really locked in on offense.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging into our second half blowout material. Big Christian Barmore was there on the tackle.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on 3rd down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it 1st and goal.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to set up a 3rd and goal. They're going to look to throw. And he will not get away. He's sacked back around the 3-yard line. And the defense rises to the challenge. They get him down for a loss of 2, and it brings up 4th and goal.
One thing that I liked about this guy during the draft process was his motor. Of course, I loved his skills, but he plays hard on every down.
And that motor on full display there as he gets his first NFL sack. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. This a chip shot, a 20-yarder. And his kick is indeed good. And that'll extend this lead now up to 25. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
So here are the Patriots now. They get ready for their first possession of half number 2. They've got to dig down deep. I mean, they need something right now, really anything to cling on to. This offense has struggled.
Partner, join me in a walk to their locker room at the half, okay? Because I think what we would have seen is an offensive coordinator and his assistant coaches getting together with all their positions, then coming together as a group, going over adjustments, and then the head coach coming in and just screaming, "Wake up. Yeah. Let's get moving, guys."
I'm kind of glad we weren't in there at halftime, actually.
I mean, you think he might have turned it on us, too?
Yeah, but right now, whatever was said hasn't been working.
Jones throw pulled in by Aguilar.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now again here to Pollard. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. Jones. Throw left side, complete to Ross. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Two first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Here's Pollard. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. 2nd down and 8. Looking to throw. Jones.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
And a loose football.
And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. But he has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. They'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. And the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. And boy, this burgundy and gold defense charged up now. They stop him behind the line again.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
First down marker at the 31. It's third down. Back to throw. Jones. Over the middle to Smith. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he missed it. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is. Washington as they come onto the field. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added onto their lead, but that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true.
Yeah.
Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
They'll go for a gain of 7, and it's a second down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now a handoff here to his running back, and he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Now a handoff looking right. A nice little juke. He's got the first down here inside the 30. And he'll be taken down at the 26. Going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Check. Watch 54. It's just me and you.
In an 8. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to take this down close to the first as he's brought down at the Patriots' 18-yard line. 41 yards rushing for him now to this point. Washington on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now a handoff here to his running back. And for the moment, this will be a first down. But we have a marker on the field. Let's see if this stands. Washington on third down. They've hit on 6 of their 8 tries. Very good. This is 3rd and 9. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Brown. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. He'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out in practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a two-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. Two-hand. Oh, I get it. Two-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the fumble recovery, Jones. Jones hit, and the ball's out. And it's Washington that scoops it up. And he'll be marked down at the 2-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, you'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. And here we go on the next drive for Washington. And they can run this score up even further as they begin this drive with a 1st and goal and that huge lead. He'll look to throw. Looking for McLaurin, and he's got it. Touchdown, Washington. 2 yards on the touchdown there. And Washington able to capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. His first career touchdown pass, and, you know, it's cliche to say, but he's probably been envisioning this since he was a little kid. That's a cool moment.
It really is. So enjoy the moment, enjoy the time, celebrate, save the full reflection for later, and make sure you grab someone on the sidelines and say, hey, make sure I get that football, okay?
Extra point right down the middle, and that will extend this big lead. Well, they got the ball in great field position. One play later, boom, end zone. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Patriots ready to get the football back. And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
You like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. Now Jones. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Smith. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. Throwing Jones. And this is going to be incomplete. And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Defensively, you look at the numbers. Another incomplete pass that we just saw, and they're under 200 yards passing for the game, so they've done their job on that side of the ball. Yeah, recently I was actually working a game where a quarterback had a streak of 5 straight games without a 200-yard game, and that was a big talk both in his town and amongst his team. How do we get the passing game going? So big credit to them, holding them under 200 today. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jones. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. From the gun, Jones. High
throw, but he makes the catch.
And he will have a Patriots first down as he'll be marked down a yard or two past the marker following a gain of 6.
Looking to throw. Jones.
And the Washington pressure gets to him. He will go down. Jonathan Allen picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
Another try after the first down sack. Jones. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. Back to throw. Jones.
And that's caught by his tight end, Dalton Keene.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it.
And Washington will take control of the football in great field position.
Now, they clearly made a conscious decision here to be more aggressive in the late stages of this game here in the second half.
And I get it. In this situation, if you want to be aggressive out near midfield, you feel good about your defense maybe, or just, hey, I thought I had a proper play call. But how about the guys that just stopped them? How good do they feel right now? Hey, you want to go for it here? We shut you down. They're over on the bench right now feeling great.
And he'll give it here to his running back. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
Washington on 3rd down.
They've been really good, converting 7 of their 10 tries. This is 3rd and 7. Incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th.
So many times we've seen him try to escape the pocket and do something with his legs, but in this case, the pressure was too intense, and he made the wise choice to just get rid of the football and make sure no one was going to get it.
So look at this. Here's the field goal unit coming out, and he is going to need to bomb this one. They spot it on the midfield stripe, so it is a 60-yard attempt here. And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand. So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Nelson Aguilar and company getting set to go again on offense now. And the stats on his game, they really tell the story. A strong start. I don't know that the defense has really changed a whole lot as opposed to maybe just sticking to that game plan and shutting him down now.
I like where you're going with that, because normally we talk about adjustments and drastic changes in a game plan in order to shut someone down. But in this case, maybe they're just sticking with what they worked out all week, and they're just making better plays. And so far, they've got to like what they've been doing in the second half.
Now this one complete downfield on the left side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
Well, this game is certainly pretty well over. They can go ahead and mark it in the win column. But as a defense, they don't want to get so soft now that everybody just throws the ball all over the place against them, gets big yardage, and puts points on the board. They have pride, too, on that side of the ball.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
26 Mike. Watch the screen.
Looking to throw. Jones. He's got Smith here. He'll be stopped at the 35, but not before he picks up 7 yards.
And Brandon, as you know, sometimes it's a lot tougher to run with these tight ends nowadays in the NFL. They're just bigger wide receivers. He lined up on the left side of the formation, ran a drag route across the field, and tried to work his way open. He was able to make the catch, but the defenders were there, couldn't do a whole lot with it afterwards.
And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 25-yard line. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Well, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. To throw on 2nd and 10. Jones. And that one complete to Keene, the tight end.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Again, he'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first.
And now time will be called here as Washington has an injured player down on the field.
Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. The Patriots will bring on the field goal unit. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash.
The kick by McManus is good.
And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
The Washington offense set to take over. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point.
19, Tiger. Hey, check Mike 47. Check Mike 47.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Now they try the right side here. And he's stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And to give this time to the tailback. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
As an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Washington, they at least get the win here to earn a split of their first 2 home games. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Philadelphia Eagles. Meanwhile, for New England, they'll drop to 0-2. And they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL.
It's a win for the Washington football team as we say so long from FedEx Field.